Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video from the inaugural American Idol winner, Kelly Clarkson. What an incredible career this gal has had, and her song Breakaway. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to 1948 in Everett, Washington. The family would move to Detroit, Seattle, and eventually settle in Alhambra, California. He would graduate in 1966 and become a part of the band The Second Helping. That band would actually release 3 singles, and critics said excellent punk, folk, pop. 1969, the new improved Electric Prunes, and then the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and he would write 4 songs for this band, becoming established as a songwriter. The guy we're talking about is Kenny Loggins. Now, when you think about the 1980s, there's 2 movies that you think about in particular, and this guy was part of the songwriting team for both of those movies, but we'll get onto those in a minute. He would meet Jim Messina from the iconic band Poco, and also Buffalo Springfield, and the 2 of them would get together, and they would collaborate. And in the 1970s, there was nothing bigger than this duo in many respects. They would actually go on to record 5 albums and estimated to have sold around 16 million albums. The first song that these guys was involved in, Valhalla. Now we've got a live version of that one below. It's got a bit of a Jamaican feel, this particular song. This song just oozes class. It's great to see these guys come back in 2016 because they were actually quite an amazing pair of musicians. They could play, they both could play guitar and a few other things, but it was clear that these guys needed to break up and have their in solo careers. It was quite an amicable party. It's good to see these 2 come back in 2016 with their debut single. So then to pursue solo careers. In 1977, Kenny would sign a 6-album contract with Columbia Records. So that's how much they believed this guy could write songs and sing. Let's not forget the singing voice is absolutely stunning. 1977, Celebrate Me Home. And we've got a live version of I Believe in Love. Barbra Streisand actually sang this song in the movie A Star Is Born. This is not the latest version with Lady Gaga, but the previous version. And so for Barbara to sing one of his songs is a pretty good thing, because her voice is amazing. As you look at this live version here, just look at how many musicians are on stage with Kenny. He needs a lot of musos to get his sound out there. It's got a live version of that one. In 1979, the Doobie Brothers, Malcolm McDonald, When a Fool Believes, he would co-write this song with Malcolm, and of course for the Doobie Brothers, this was an absolutely massive song for them, getting to number 1. We've got a live version of both him and Malcolm McDonald together here singing When a Fool Believes. So it's a pretty amazing clip, that one. But we'll get to the 1980s. And the world would change. Kenny Loggins would become a household name. The first movie, Footloose, and the title track of that movie, Footloose. This song would get to number 1, and the song's all about a very young Kevin Bacon coming into a very conservative town and shaking it up with dancing. Footloose was an absolutely iconic movie in the 80s, and it did get a remake a little bit later. But Footloose is just very intricate, this song. Just listen to the guitar work, the bass work. Everything is absolutely just so perfect, really, this song in many ways, and just captured the whole essence of the final scene of Footloose with the dance scene. So this song would go to number 1. So we got the official clip of Footloose. Go forward to Top Gun. Now, only in recent history, we've had Top Gun Maverick come out. This is the second part of this movie. In the 1980s, there was nothing bigger than this movie. Another song of this particular movie was Take My Breath Away by Berlin, written by Giorgio Moroder. But Kenny Loggins would contribute a couple of songs, including Danger Zone. And we got a official clip of that one below. And by the way, we've got a bit of a combination Footloose Danger Zone live clip below. Footloose will go to number 1, Danger Zone will go to number 2. So Kenny Loggins was absolutely massive by this point. Now, we all know the story of Top Gun, don't we? Tom Cruise, what an incredible leading man this guy actually is, and how exciting that the next Mission Impossible movie, or the last installment of the Mission Impossible movie, is coming out at the time of this recording. It's all about people pushing themselves to the limit. Now, we're flying in really, really fast planes here, where we've got the presence of mind to actually be involved in dogfights and fighting other planes in the air. And if you remember the second movie, Maverick, there was some pretty incredible flying stunts that these guys were involved in to get the mission that was pretty well impossible. But this concept of pushing yourself to the very, very limit and then pushing yourself further. There's got to be an element of drive here, doesn't there? But more than drive, there's just an all-encompassing passion. You love what you do, you absolutely love what you do, and you want to make the most of life and the opportunities that you're given. If you're flying in a plane this fast, you don't go much faster on the planet than in planes like these ones. And also to be engaged, I suppose, in air-to-air combat as well as manoeuvring and dealing with the muscles and all of the stuff you got to deal with. It's pretty amazing. How often do we get this opportunity, I think, to push ourselves to the absolute limit like this? Let's not forget also the G-forces that are at play in the body at this point. You know, the concept of blanking out at this sort of pressure is pretty intense. But human beings can be capable of pretty amazing things when we put our mind to it. That's, I suppose, the essence of, you know, that edge of the world, and that is when you're pushing yourself to that speed and that endurance level. It's pretty amazing. I think of people, the first guy that climbed Mount Everest, that the pressure stuff that he went through. Think about astronauts going to space, the amount of G-forces they go to, or even people going into the depths of the water and the pressure that they go to. Human beings are very clever souls, aren't we? And we can push ourselves to the limit. But we can push ourselves to limits in other ways as well, and that is in empathy and compassion. Obviously, if you're going to be flying a fighter plane around at incredible speed, you know, there may not be much empathy and compassion there, because you can't afford to be that. You've got to be like a finely tuned, almost machine-like, with incredible instinct. But when we're dealing with human beings and life in general, we never really know what we're going to encompass from day to day. We don't know what person we're going to meet. We don't know what sort of conversation we're going to get involved in. We don't know what confronting images we might see. We don't know how a person may need to talk about their life in a particular moment. I think that's pushing yourself to limit in other way. I mean, how far can I push myself to be there for other people? Now, I'm not talking about being a doormat here, because that doesn't help anyone, but certainly in the concept of being able to adapt and apply yourself to any given situation. That's certainly pushing yourself to the limit, and you can tune yourself to be able to be involved in that type of thing. So yes, we can push ourselves to the extremes with the depths and the heights of human existence. Bungee jumping is an example. I couldn't bungee jump myself. I don't think I could do that. And the other extreme is that we are a human being around other human beings, and we never really know what we're going to find or get exposed to in our day-to-day. So the ability to be able to, I suppose, be comfortable in any situation that we find ourselves in is also pushing ourselves to the limit. And, you know, obviously, when a Top Gun comes out of a plane, you know, I might be buzzing a minute, but, you know, he is like all together, he's considered, he's measured, and he just comes off all good. The same deal with empathetic, the approach to life, and that is, hey, look, yes, I've just had this thing. Can I move forward and deal with it? And so there are many facets to pushing ourselves to the limit, not just to the extremes of the depths and the heights, but also to the depth of human experience. So danger zone takes on many aspects, doesn't it? We got danger of the extremes. We've also got the danger of human experience. We never really know what we're going to confront, but we will confront it. We will. It's only a matter of time before it will happen. So I trust you'll always find that encouraging. So again, we've got official of Footloose and Danger Zone, and we've got a combined live clip of those two songs. It's good to see Kenny with the band doing the intricacy of Footloose. Very amazingly produced song, that one, and good to see Kenny doing both of those ones. And just how good is this guy's voice? In 1997, we had the movie One Fine Day, Michelle Pfeiffer and George Clooney. A cute little movie, that one, about a guy and a girl bumping into each other and dealing with their lives as single parents and the kids. It was just a really clever movie. This one, for the first time, was a song that Kenny contributed to, Oscar nominated. We got the official clip of that one below. Between 1977 and 2009, there's been 22 albums, 31 singles, estimated to have sold 7.6 million albums. So Kenny Loggins has well and truly contributed to this collaborative legacy of this thing called music. He's received an Emmy Award, 2 Grammy Awards, and been nominated for an Academy Award. So Kenny Loggins well and truly deserves a tribute of this channel. So the links to those, I didn't total them up. How many have we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clips from the description below. And I've also included my last video from Kelly Clarkson. So if you want to revisit her, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Live Reflections Show Music, or you've come back for another one, how great to see everybody here. Well, next time we're going to get on to, given the band Buffalo Springfield was mentioned, I thought I'd better look at those guys next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.